Carlos Ramirez, owner of NVS Audio in Roselle, New Jersey and Daytona, Florida. So today we're talking about the Aquatic AV, their new head unit for the 14 through 23 Harley Davidson touring bikes. This is the HR 400. So for those of you that don't know who Aquatic AV is, they've been around for 21 years. They are one of the pioneers in motorcycle audio. When I first started in the Harley motorcycle industry over a decade ago, Aquatic AV head units were everywhere. If people did an upgrade, it was the go-to single DIN head unit. It was weatherproof. It's an old school company. The reason I call them an old school company is they're not big on social media. They only care about making good product that works. And if you go on their YouTube, there's only 2 videos. One of them has 1.7 million views. And it just simply shows the products that they offer and how weatherproof the radio is. They have a guy washing his bike completely hosing down the head unit, and obviously it works flawlessly with no problems. They've been offering plug-and-play kits. They were one of the first companies to offer a plug-and-play audio kit for these Harley touring bikes. So they offered the radio, the harnesses, the speakers, the amplifiers, and everything is weatherproof. They have such innovations as something I thought was really cool. They offered a single DIN radio. You hit the button, the face came off, and then you can either dock in your iPod or your first, second, third generation iPhones, the ones with the smaller body with the 30-pin connector. You would literally dock them in and close it. And then if you didn't have a dock connector on it, you can connect to the radio via Bluetooth and still put your phone or your iPod in there and close the face. And you could ride in the rain, not worry about your iPhone getting wet. It's safe and protected. No other company that I know of has ever done that in a weatherproof radio. They've been around since 2005. And on the new generation bikes, they've been kind of quiet. They make a bunch of stuff for the 98 through 13s. They make some stuff for the 14 and up. But I was chatting with my rep, and they have something up their sleeves for the new 24 and up. Not allowed to talk about it yet, but something that I didn't think any company would be able to pull off for at least 5 or 6 years. They're working on today, talking about releasing in 2027. So it'll be exciting to see if that comes to fruition. So there's honestly a lot of Harley radios available now from different companies for the 14 through 23. So I'm just going to go over the stuff that I think makes the Aquatic different. So even in their YouTube commercial, they say that they want to offer quality product at affordable pricing, and they've done that with this head unit. Instead of offering all the bells and whistles and making the head unit over $1,000 or $1,500 or $1,800, they hit a price point of $799. So this puts them in direct competition with the Rockford head unit. The reason I say that is neither unit offers Android Auto. Both units offer CarPlay. The Rockford offers wired CarPlay. The Aquatic AV offers wired and wireless CarPlay. So where Rockford opted to go with the CB input and the WIM module for the headsets, Aquatic chose to go with wireless CarPlay instead. The Rockford head unit with similar features is $1,000 retail. The Aquatic is $800 retail. They both have basic crossovers, 13-band EQ, but the Aquatic also added a camera input. So you do a front camera or a backup camera. You touch the screen and go into the camera mode, and then displays whatever the camera is outputting. They also chose to give you 2 wired outputs, which you can enable on the touchscreen, and it allows you to drive 2 12-volt accessories with the use of a relay. So it's similar to another radio on the market where you can go and enable 2 outputs. This one you can go and enable 2 outputs, but with this one you don't need an RR. It's just like the Rockford head unit where there's no cable needed, no extra thumb control module. You literally plug directly into the unit, just like the Rockford unit. So that makes installation a breeze, and in my opinion, it makes the whole installation a little bit more waterproof than some of the other installations out there, because when you need an external module, the radio might be waterproof, the module might not be. And then adding the module takes up space in the fairing. For these guys that are doing 2, 3, 4, 5 amplifiers in the fairing, the fact that you don't have to have an extra extended harness or an extra module frees up a ton of space in the fairing. So for those that are trying to save space and fairing, this might be the head unit for you. The unit's a solid unit, so my rep told me to really pay attention to the RCA outputs. He says because they're really clean, and Aquatic's known for making head units that sound really good. This head unit's no different. It's got standard RCAs, but they sound good. The reason I know they sound good is I put the radio on a bike that already had audio on it, and the audio quality was as good or better as the radio that I had installed previously. So I can vouch for the quality of the RCA outputs. Unit had no noise, plenty of signal. I didn't have to adjust the gains. In the second part of the video, we'll go over the technical stuff, and I'll actually measure the RCA outputs for you and show you what it looks like on the oscilloscope screen to show you it's a clean sine wave and how much voltage we can get out of it. The Pioneer and the Aquatic both have a quote-unquote rally mode or quote-unquote concert mode. What that is if you have multiple people that have the same radio on their bikes, they can make one master and the other one a slave. One radio will connect to all the other bikes and will play the same music from the first source across all the other bikes. Pretty cool feature. In order for it to work, two bikes have to have the same radio. Those are all the basics. Let me show you the unit powered up and how it works. So it comes with a USB Type-C that you're gonna have to run into the pocket. You will not be able to reuse your factory USB. Has an input for FM antenna and GPS antenna, and your front rear sub RCAs. Factory Harley connector plugs right in. Camera input. Then we have our power antenna, remote turn on output, and the two brown wires are the output triggers. They're 3 amps each, and they'll have to be programmed on in the touchscreen. So installing the radio is simple. You just take your factory Harley plug, and that's it. Hook up your RCAs, your remote turn on. So the camera power supply wire only supplies power when the camera button is pushed. So now we have a simple LED strip that draws less than an amp, just to show you how the trigger outputs work without having to wire a relay. Obviously anything stronger than that, you have to wire a relay. Don't go blowing stuff up. So we'll turn the LED on, turn the LED off, on, off. That's simple. 4 volts clean, RMS at full volume. And that's at 40 hertz.